Hello everyone, SJ Srigandhi is here. Welcome to Srigandhi Maths Academy. In this lecture, we are going to learn a chapter complex number. First, we see the introduction part of complex number. Students, we see some types of equations in previous chapters. Okay, what is equation? The expression which contain the equal to sign is called as equation. Let's see the two examples of equation. X square minus 1 equal to 0 and x square plus 1 equal to 0. Before finding the solution of these two equations, let we see the topic first, need of complex numbers. Okay, see, in previous years the scientists, the mathematicians have one problem. Okay, they solve various types of equations. Also they find the solution of that equations, but in some equations they don't get the real solution of that equations. That is whatever we see in these two equations. Let's see, x square minus 1 equal to 0. Let first we solve this equation. X square minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore x square is equal to plus 1. Why? Because x square minus 1 is equal to 0. This minus 1 going towards right side, it will be plus 1. Therefore we get x square is equal to plus 1. Clear? Now this implies x is equal to plus minus 1, because x square equal to 1, taking square root on both sides, we get square root of x square is equal to square root of 1. Square and square root cancel, therefore we get x is equal to, now plus minus 1, but root of 1 is equal to 1, therefore we get x is equal to plus minus 1. Now students, observe here, x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Solving this equation we get x is equal to plus minus 1, means x is equal to plus 1 or x is equal to minus 1, means this equation x square minus 1 equal to 0 has two real solution, x is equal to plus 1 and x is equal to minus 1. It has two real solutions. Okay, now see the second equation, x square plus 1 equal to 0. The second equation, x square plus 1 is equal to 0. Now students, we are going to solve this equation, x square plus 1 equal to 0. Let's see how to solve this. X square plus 1 equal to 0, this implies x square is equal to minus 1, because plus 1 while going towards right side, it will be minus 1. Okay, therefore x is equal to, how can we write this? X square equal to minus 1, taking square root on both sides, we get root of x square is equal to root of minus 1. Clear? This implies square and square root cancel, this implies x is equal to plus minus root of minus 1, means here we get the value of x are x is equal to plus root minus 1 or x is equal to minus root of minus 1. Okay, we get here x is equal to plus root of minus 1 or x is equal to minus root of minus 1, means here we get the solution of equation x square plus 1 equal to 0 or x is equal to plus minus root of minus 1. But while observing this solution, plus minus under root minus 1, here root of minus 1 means in under root there is minus 1, which is negative value, and therefore we can say that this root of minus 1 is not a real number. Clear? Let's see, therefore this is, okay, doesn't a part of real numbers, means x is equal to plus minus root of minus 1, this is not a solution in real numbers. Okay, therefore there is make a need to extend a set of real numbers. Okay, therefore the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler in 1707 to 1783 introduced a new type of set of numbers called as the set of complex numbers. The set of complex numbers will only depend on a one number called as the iota. He introduced, the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler introduced a one number called as imaginary number and denoted by the small letter I. Okay, the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler introduced a new number small I called as iota, and the value of I is equal to root of minus 1. Also he take other number I square is equal to minus 1. Okay, the whole chapter complex number will depend on these two numbers, I is equal to root minus 1 and I square equal to minus 1. Clear? Here I is called as the imaginary number, I is called as iota. Clear? Imaginary number. Now see, need of complex number. Therefore this shows a need of complex number. Why? Because in set of real numbers, some type of equations like x square plus 1 equal to 0 has no solution in real numbers. Okay, therefore there is a need to enlarge the set of real numbers, and therefore the Swiss mathematician can introduce a new number I called as the iota, and the value of I is equal to root minus 1 and I square equal to minus 1. Up to this is clear. Okay, now let's see. Also in previous standard we see that equation. Okay, let me take the one type of equation called as the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation are of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Okay, and this equation is in one variable x. The highest power of this equation is 2. Okay, therefore this quadratic equation has two solutions. Okay, now let's see. If ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, let capital D is equal to b square minus 4ac. Why we take capital D is equal to b square minus 4ac? Because ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, this quadratic equation has a solution or has the roots of the form x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. I repeat, this quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 has roots of the form x equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Clear? In this root x, b square minus 4ac is our capital D. What is capital D? Capital D means discriminant. Capital D means discriminant. Capital D is equal to b square minus 4ac. Okay. Now here we see the three types of discriminant. Okay. Now see, if capital D is equal to 0, if capital D is equal to 0, then the roots of this quadratic equation are identical roots. They are the identical roots. Okay. If capital D is greater than 0, if capital D means discriminant is greater than 0, then the roots of this quadratic equation are, what are their roots? If capital D equal to 0, then roots are identical. Roots are identical. Now, if capital D is greater than 0, then the roots of this quadratic equation are distinct roots. Distinct real roots. Okay. Capital D equal to 0, then roots are identical. Capital D greater than 0, then roots are real distinct roots. Okay. Now, if discriminant capital D is less than 0, means value of b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then we learn, then the roots of this quadratic equation are imaginary roots, are the imaginary roots. If D is less than 0, then roots are imaginary. Okay, but at that time we see, the quadratic equation has roots, identical roots, distinct real roots and the imaginary roots, but we don't learn the imaginary roots, how they form. Okay, what are their types, how can these are written. Okay, therefore in this chapter, in complex number, this type of roots, imaginary roots, can be introduced. Okay, to put the concept of this imaginary numbers, we use the symbol small I called as the iota, and the value of I is equal to root minus 1 and I square equal to minus 1. Okay, now see, in day by day there is a need Also there is a need to introduce, okay, to convert the complex numbers. Why? Because see, in electromagnetic theory, okay, or in electromagnetism or in scientific concept, there are various types of equations which are useful to solve some various types of applications of engineering, okay, architecture, technology, etc. But these equations has real solutions. We can easily get the real solution, real roots of that equations, and scientists can use these solutions to make the structures of buildings, okay, constructions, okay, in mechanisms, mechanical technologies, etc. But there are also various types of applications, okay, in which they need a more expandable form of numbers called as the complex numbers. Then they use these complex numbers in that field, electromagnetic waves, okay, sine waves, cos waves, etc. In vibration theory also, okay, because in sine waves we know that the sine waves are of the form this type. Clear? Means it has thrust and, okay, up and thrust, means it has one upper side and one lower side. Therefore one part is real part and other part is the imaginary part, which is negative, okay. Therefore the scientist can use a complex number in vibration theory also. These are the various need of complex number in scientific theory, okay, scientific applications, okay, technologies. Also in medical part we see the applications in chemical bonding, etc. Clear? This is all over the about the introduction part of complex numbers. Now on next lecture we see what is the imaginary number actually in details, okay, types of complex numbers, okay, addition of complex number, properties of complex number, etc. Thank you.